Hello everyone, today we will talk about the transit Mars. The transiting Mars is in conjunction with natal Neptune. The way the transiting Mars behaves in conjunction with natal Neptune depends on the position of the natal Neptune. This transit may be more prominent in your life if you already have planets in aspect with natal Neptune. But the basics are this. You have a sense of some strange energy, an energy that is hard to describe or understand. This transit makes you feel peculiar and sensual and at the same time paranoid and delusional. The card will show what kind of combination it is and which side will prevail. Some will feel a strong urge to put their heart and soul into something that is high-minded and lofty, whether it's saving animals or people. And others, although they will really want to do something, will not be sure what to do. The fact is, your self-confidence is low during this time and you can easily feel disappointed or discouraged. It is about the incompatibility of the planets, which in some situations destroy immunity and lead to a state of fatigue, and such a state is susceptible to diseases. Regardless of the desire to realize a fantasy or to take action on the level of compassion or idealism, your actions will seem monotonous, pointless, or curiously unsatisfying, and therefore you may find it difficult to motivate and concentrate on work. How you deal with this strange energy depends on the positions in your chart, but what is important is that it is always one of the planets in an unfavorable position. The desire to feel the world more, and for the world to feel you in some form of compassionate action, usually just ends in some feeling of restlessness and an inability to relax. And due to the low point of physical vitality, which makes you feel more tired or apathetic, you will think that you are now in an impossible situation, and you will certainly not behave like that on a whim. Which is probably a good thing when looking at the whole picture. Instead, you will be very excited by some unusual ideal, dream, or fantasy that is usually considered impractical to fulfill. But the point is to look for clues and take into account your level of spiritual development. The goal of this merger is to reunite the spirit and the body as one whole. Neptune has a quality of self-denial, and this will manifest as feelings of weakness or inferiority. With the approach of Mars, you feel tired and depressed as if your energy has been exhausted without having done anything with it. It is difficult for you to express yourself to other people in a direct and open way. The decision comes down to pretend or deceive them. There is a temptation to make some kind of shady deal with someone, but don't do it, because it will probably be harmful for you because then you become a victim of someone else's fraud. The influence of others on you breaks your own boundaries, you start to get scared, and you have to take precautions. These are all bad examples of this transit, examples that many approach. But inspiration can be found. This transit favors dancing, swimming, photography, art. If you are generally confident or consider yourself self-aware and developed, then you should enjoy this spiritual journey. Pursue an ideal or sense of mission that is spiritual and compelling, as if you can transcend all boundaries, including your body. Don't start a new business venture unless it's some kind of creative endeavor, especially in the performing arts, spiritual, or humanitarian. Being more idealistic than usual, embarking on ventures that sound too good will have little substance. Action must be a creative and artistic work of a visionary that expresses quality, whimsy or fantastic. So set aside 2 days for meditation and establishing contact with your inner life. That's the plan. Recalibrate your intuition to listen carefully to how and when you need to act and when you can or cannot make a change. To develop a more global point of view, so that everything can be understood more intuitively. And that is exactly what is needed for peace and stability. Stay grounded in the real world as much as possible. Protect your physical energy, otherwise exhaustion will cause you problems in the future. Avoid negative environments where violence, crime, and drugs prevail. Your body is more sensitive to poisons, drugs, alcohol, medicines and infections. Use protection and let things take care of themselves. Keep your inner faith and you will feel great inner peace.